Welcome to another lecture with me, Dr. Troy Tarpley at West Texas A&M University. Today we're going to be covering personal brand management. A lot of this information has been adapted from a blog post by Tyler Basu. For freelancers and entrepreneurs, building a personal brand has never been more important than it is today. Anyone with access to the internet and social media can build an audience, position themselves as an expert, and start attracting clients for their business. And that's exactly what a lot of people are doing. Now, whenever I say the word freelance or entrepreneur, I want you to open your mind and broaden that to yourself. You may not necessarily view yourself as an entrepreneur or a freelancer, but you are an individual who has a brand. So no matter what institution, business, or organization you're working for, you are a brand. A recent study by Upwork.com revealed that freelance work is growing at a rate of 3 times faster than the overall workplace in the United States, and that by 2027, freelancers are expected to make up the majority of the United States workforce. While it's great to see so many people embracing this entrepreneurial spirit, and becoming self-employed, becoming a freelancer, or an independent contractor, these people will soon face competition like they've never seen before. And the key to differentiating yourself from the competition is by building a personal brand. When you're building a business around an area of expertise, in some instances, this could be you as an author or a speaker, maybe a coach, a consultant, or a freelancer. There's a concept that you're building a personal brand. And this might come natural to you because you're the face of the business, and building your personal brand makes total sense. Your brand is what distinguishes you from your competitors and helps form a lasting impression in the mind of your audience and your customers. Without a compelling personal brand that attracts your target audience, you may find yourself struggling to build a profitable and sustainable business. But even if you're building a company that has its own brand, maybe like a software, physical product company, those are just a couple of examples. Building a personal brand still has benefit. Most people are more interested in following other people than they are in following specific companies. Therefore, building an audience for your personal brand can actually help increase exposure for your company. So I'm going to share a couple of examples. One's going to be something that's a little closer to home, and the other one may be something that is a little further off base. So let's start with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, as an example, his personal Twitter has a followership that is greater than the 3 of his companies that he's created combined. So if you take SpaceX, SolarCity, and Tesla's number of followers on Twitter, they pale in comparison to Elon Musk's. Another example might be let's say Dr. Pipkin, for example, in the Department of Agricultural Sciences here at West Texas A&M. So even though Dr. Pipkin works for West Texas A&M, his brand isn't necessarily WT. He himself is the face for himself, for his brand. And he's kind of positioned himself and created a niche where he is the expert for things that relate to equine, one of them being horse judging. And so when somebody's looking for information regarding horse judging or coaching, he's kind of the go-to person. Let's talk about what the benefits are of building a personal brand. Trust and authority. Having a personal brand helps to build trust with your audience and position you as an authority and a thought leader in your industry. And I think this is pretty relatable if we go back to the example with Dr. Pipkin. There is some trust and there's some authority in the things that he's done to help position him as a person with a lot of knowledge in a certain area. Another thing is to get featured in media. Having a personal brand makes it easy for you to pitch and to be found by media. This can be things like online publications, magazines, television, radio, podcasts. The media is in a constant search for experts that can share their insights with the audience. Another example would be Dr. Steffens. Every time that there's a wildfire in this area, the local media news outlets turn to Dr. Steffens, and he'll appear multiple times on television. Building your network. When you have a personal brand that clearly articulates who you are, what you do, and how you help others, it makes it easier for other people and entrepreneurs to see value in connecting with you. You can leverage your personal brand to build your network both online and offline, and you can do so quickly and effectively. Another great example with this would be things like collaboration on different projects, collaboration on things like YouTube videos, or it could be simple as tagging or reposting things and help spread your name, spread your brand with people that might be more influential than you are. Another benefit is to attract more clients. Building a personal brand that positions you as a go-to expert in a specific industry or niche helps you to attract more of your ideal clients. When you're positioned as an expert, it's also a lot easier for people to refer clients to you. So if we take another look at Dr. Pipkin, for example, he has created this niche here at West Texas A&M as being a really successful horse judging program. And so that's why we get so many people from out of state and across the nation, and in some instances out of the United States, to come here. It's a big pull, and he's created that. One that might be a little bit more abstract or might not be kind of in your wheelhouse at the moment might be this idea of premium pricing. But having a strong personal brand helps justify charging premium prices for your products and services. Without a brand, you become a commodity that competes on price, and there will always be competitors that can beat your price. I think this is really evident when we look at some studies that relate to purchasing behaviors of consumers. A lot of times, and this is pretty much the standard, price beats out specialty labels, and it also beats out quality in a lot of instances. So price is a really important motivating factor when it comes to people's purchasing behaviors. We can see that people who have disposable income and have pre-existing ideals about things like organic or all natural, they'll probably be a high motivated person and are going to be willing to pay that extra price for specialty labels. But the majority of people, price is always going to be their main concern. This last one, creating a lasting platform. Over time, your business will evolve. You may even start multiple businesses in different industries over the course of your career. And your personal brand stays with you as you move from one venture to the next. I think another great example within our department is Dr. Paul Morley. He is he is the director, or one of the he is the epidemiologist with the Vero located on WT's campus. And so before he was here, he was at college. Before he was here, he was at Colorado State University. But he's developed, and this is apparently pretty common with some epidemiologists, his lab. And the lab is something that is specific to him. It's kind of his brand. And this lab that he's created follows him wherever he goes. And so if he had developed his lab or the brand for the lab and attached it to Colorado State University, incorporated CSU into that brand for his lab, it'd make it really difficult for him to move it away from CSU to follow him wherever he goes next. But since he didn't, since he made himself kind of the face of the lab, the face of the brand, he's able to move it wherever he goes. And so here at Vero with West Texas A&M University, people are still able to identify him as an expert, come to him, and he's able to run research out of his lab. So we're going to take a break and come back for the next video, which will cover the 7 steps of creating a compelling and profitable personal brand.